I'm gonna do that again. We're gonna edit. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Frontal Access Podcast. I am your host, Steven Russo.
I'm Anthony Gonzalez.
Let's fucking get it. All right, guys. So we haven't done one of these things in a long time. You know what we're coming at you with today? We are coming at you with lovely ass fucking State of the Weights. We have not done one since August of 2025. We planned on doing these quarterly, and we have not kept up. Turns out life gets busy, and you don't always remember to record a podcast every week. So, and you know, sometimes sickness decides to come in and fuck your whole schedule up as well.
But you never forget the number of events.
Yes, we never ever will forget the numbered events. So, we're going to be going over the state of the weights, but first off, we got to fucking recap goddamn Strickland and Chimaev. Yeah, it's been that long. So, Sean Strickland did the impossible and gave Khamzat Chimaev his first loss. What do you feel about that?
Stop the unstoppable. That is a crazy-ass tagline that I did not think would be bequeathed to Strickland with that fight, I'll be honest.
Me neither. But then again, this guy is arguably, like, the best fucking, like, underdog ever. Because, I mean, think about it. We were all saying the same shit about him with Izzy. No, Izzy's going to walk right through him. That's that, the other thing. And then, oh, guess what? He said, oh, yeah? That's what you guys think? Well, go fuck yourself.
I'm still here. I'm still doing my
little
Boston Shuffle.
My little 1-2 front kick and walk you down with the Philly shell. And we were thinking the same thing. I thought Khamzat was just gonna smother him. And that did happen for the first round. The second round was Strickland, and then that was pretty much the turning point, I think. So, close fight for sure. I think it was a 48-47 on all three scorecards. One was 48-47 Chimaev, 48-47 Strickland, and then 48-47 Sean Strickland, and new. So, what do we think about that?
How does he do it? Because it's not like he did anything really different.
Nope.
He just used the same tried and true Sean Strickland style and managed to clinch the victory from Khamzat.
I don't know how he did it, but that motherfucker said, yup, we're doing it. And that was insane to watch. Khamzat Chimaev, does he get a rematch?
I would say he should, only because of what that would do for sales.
Oh yeah, that would.
Because he was and looked unstoppable up until this point. It's like, okay, was that a fluke?
Was that a fluke, or was Sean just that fucking good and decided?
Sean just the guy right now?
Is Sean just the guy? I don't know. And the only argument that I would have like against that was Khamzat never defended his title. He was never like a defending champion. You know what I mean? So he didn't really have like a proper like dominant reign. I mean, that's why like if Ilia Topuria were to ever go back down to featherweight, which I don't think he's gonna. If anything, I think it's more likely he moves up to 170 than he does back down to 45.
The thing is, Khamzat ran through that division.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it would be hard pressed for me to say that someone else can put up as good a fight as Khamzat. Because from what I've seen up until that fight, which was decision, it looked like, Khamzat was going to reign for the next 3 years.
Like, for real, that's really what it looked like. It looked like it was going to be the next 3 years with that guy, especially the way he won the belt from Dracus. Because you got to think about it. He beat everybody on his way. He beats Dracus. And then Sean Strickland is beating everybody that's been put in front of him since losing to DDP back in the day. Like, it's like ever since that. I mean, obviously he had suspension pretty much all of last year. He didn't fight. But I'm sure he would have been performing well, because that leaves like two people that could possibly fight for this belt now that Sean Strickland is your 2-time middleweight champion. It's either Khamzat does it again, or you fucking throw Paulo Costa in there. But if you throw Paulo Costa in there, that's a rematch from something that happened 2 years ago, So it's kind of, I don't know, 185 is in a weird spot. But we'll do more on the detail as we get down to that weight class. But that was Sean Strickland doing the fucking impossible and actually handing Khamzat Chimaev his first UFC loss. And yeah, also the following week, guess what we had, guys? We had the return of Ronda Rousey to the cage. She was faced off against Gina Carano on the MVP Promotions Netflix MMA event. MVP Promotions is this promotion that's made by Jake Paul and this other guy. I forget the other guy's name, but they actually put together a solid card. I would say the main card went by pretty well. The prelims were a bit mez, but those that stadium looked empty as hell though.
It not only did it look empty. What was it like? A hexagon?
Yeah, they called it the Hexagon.
The hexagon.
What?
It doesn't sound right coming from our lips.
It doesn't. Fuck you, Jake Paul. Anyway, um, but yeah, so the Hexagon, and we had a solid card. I mean, you got some legends on there, but nothing like no like new people. You know, what I mean, like we had Nate Diaz on there fighting Mike Perry. Both of these guys are old.
Hold up. Breaking news.
Oh, breaking news update, guys.
Yeah, Jake Paul is going to fight all of the losers from the card.
He's gonna go fight Nate Diaz again. Gonna go fight Nate Diaz again. He's gonna go fight the guy that got absolutely smoked by Ngannou. And then he's gonna go ahead and fight Gina Carano.
Yup.
Yes. But obviously, pretty big deal. Ronda Rousey coming back into competition for the first time in I want to say 10 years. Yeah, I think 10 years. I think the last time we saw Ronda Rousey in the octagon, or not the octagon, the cage, I should say, in the MMA cage was 2016. So yeah, been a while. And then Gina Carano hasn't fought since her fight against Chris Cyborg in back in 2009. So both women came off of very long layoffs, and Ronda Rousey went in there and 17-second armbarred her. So thank God that shit was free. Is all I'm gonna say. Because holy shit, what did you think of the Netflix MMA card though?
I liked it overall. I'm gonna say I called that last one right off the bat. The second I heard what Rousey's record was with the whole armbar and it's like 8 wins in the first fucking round, I'm like, oh, so they're feeding her, aren't they?
Yes. But regardless, both women were very important to the sport of mixed martial arts, especially on the women's side of it. And nobody really considered women's MMA, and if they did, it was like one-off fights every now and again until these two were mainstream staples. And obviously, when the UFC had Ronda Rousey, they marketed the absolute holy hell out of her. Gina Carano was the first time a major promotion in Strikeforce was actually able to put together like a card and have their main event feature women fighters. So both these women, I mean, undeniably are trailblazers for the sport of mixed martial arts, especially on the women's side. So without them, I don't think we'd get the Amanda Nunes of today. We wouldn't get the Valentina Shevchenkos. We wouldn't get the Alexa Grassos. We wouldn't get any of those people without these two. So their contributions are definitely not to go unnoticed for sure. I did write, guys. So a little update for for all of you. I know we were kind of holding back, pumping the brakes a little bit on our big announcement. Big announcement is here now. I am now a author for a major mixed martial arts magazine. I am now a columnist for Low Kick MMA, based out of the UK. So, I have 3 pieces that are published right now. You can go and read it. Just Google Steven Russo, Low Kick MMA, and you'll be able to read all of my stuff. I've written 3 articles to this one. My first one I spent 3 months working on, and I got the pleasure to talk to Glover Teixeira and a bunch of other UFC fighters. I talked to Mitch Raposo. I talked to Glover Teixeira. I talked to a bunch of other local fighters in the scene. And what I mean by this scene is we are in the New England area of the United States, so the northeastern part of it. So Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut. Yep, I already said Connecticut, Rhode Island. And yeah, so I am pretty plugged into the scene here. Obviously, I know a lot of the people that are within this scene already because I'm kind of in it. So I was able to get a couple of good sources together. I talked to old karate combat champion as well, and Ross Turbo Levine, if you guys have heard of him. I talked to Glover Teixeira, Mitch Raposo, a bunch of people. And I wrote that article on mixed martial arts and how it supports your mental health and how it builds community and forms belonging. That's a long piece. That was 3 months worth of work in 2,000 words. So I also wrote the column on Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano and their contributions to women's MMA. And my most recent piece that just came out was I looked at the journey between amateur to professional fighter. I found one of the amateur fighters over here in the New England regional circuit, and I talked to him about what his goal, what his journey has been since becoming an amateur fighter, making his way through the local circuit, trying to become professional, and what his mentality is and how he keeps it all together. His name is Mike Salazar. If you guys want to go and watch a couple of his fights, just look up Mike Salazar on YouTube. You'll find it. He's fought with couple of regional promotions over here, Massachusetts-based one called Cage Titans was his biggest one. So I looked at his journey between amateur and pro, and this week I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but we're getting there. And so if you guys want to go ahead and follow like my more professional work. This is for fun. This is the fun podcast. I have my cousin here. We do this to share our hobbies, share our passions, share our wild ass hot takes because we got a couple of them. That's what this is, but this is completely separate from my actual professional work with Low Kick MMA. So I'm thinking of starting my own content on like more like professional based like mixed martial arts stuff. You guys want to see that? Let me know in the comments. But shameless plug over. Yeah. So Ronda Rousey, 16-second fucking armbar, and now I don't know. I think Ronda Rousey's gone now. I don't think Gina Carano's coming back. So that's that. There was no UFC last week. There was a Saturday night's main event for WWE. Surprise, surprise! It was mid as fuck. But this being said, we got one major thing that did get announced during the Ronda Rousey fight. Conor McGregor's back, guys. I'm sure you guys have heard it by now. It's been a couple of weeks since then, but Conor McGregor is now going to fight Max Holloway. This is going to be their second time fighting. Max Holloway was Conor McGregor's second fight in the UFC, and I think Max Holloway was. I think Conor McGregor was Max Holloway's third, if I'm remembering correctly. So I could be wrong there, but how do you think about McGregor coming back?
I'm always happy to see the Irishman. Honestly, he just brings an extra sparkle to the sport, and I've not been disappointed in the work he does for MMA. So I'm really glad to see him back in. I do think he's a tad bit entitled.
A tad bit. A tad bit. But nah, it's always special when Conor comes back. You're right though.
It's the Greggy factor.
Exactly. The sport just feels a lot more special when Conor McGregor's in it. I mean, granted, it has been 5 years since his last appearance in the Octagon, or almost 5 years. By the time he fights, it will be 5 years since his last Octagon appearance. 2021, July 10th. I still remember the date. His third fight with Dustin Poirier, who is now retired. Obviously, you guys know how it ended. Leg break. The end of the first round. Your wife is in my DMs, and then we don't see Conor McGregor for 5 years.
Yep.
So, we were supposed to see him against Michael Chandler back in 2024 after McGregor got his ass back in the testing pool, and then UFC decided to say "fuck you" to USADA. So then Conor McGregor had to start his whole fucking drug testing again, and then he didn't go back into the testing pool that the UFC was then using until like this time last year. So obviously, it's been a long time coming for a Conor McGregor comeback. I was starting to lose faith that he would come back, and I'm still not convinced that this fight's happening. I'm not going to be convinced until they both walk into the octagon, the door is shut, and the bell rings.
Up until then, it's all fantasy booking.
Exactly. Up until then, this is all fantasy booking. This is all wishful thinking. It is nothing like anything at all. It's nothing. I think this with Paulo Costa fights. I think this with Hamza Chimaev fights. I think this with Conor McGregor fights. I also think this with John Jones fights. So I don't believe it's happening until I see it fucking happen. So am I happy that Conor McGregor's back? Yes, of course. The sport is always very fun when Conor McGregor's in it. Everybody knows Conor McGregor. If you love him, well, that's subjective. That's a bit subjective. I'm not a fan of him personally, but I do love him as a fighter. Um, but yeah, overall, I still have a ton of respect for Conor McGregor. He is in my top four goats of all time. If there was like a Mount Rushmore for the UFC, he's definitely has a head on there. But definitely excited. But obviously more on it when we get to it. But how do you think this matchup is? Just first look.
Oof. Honestly, I I really like Max Holloway.
Me too.
Like, I understand and respect everything that Greggy's done. I
hmm
really do. But there's a difference between a worker and a showman.
Yep. And I think I know which one fits into which frame. Anyway, guys, that is confirmed for UFC 329, July 11th on Paramount Plus. It's actually going to be a welterweight bout. So this is going to happen at 170. Makes sense. Conor McGregor really fucking blew up in his time away. So does he make the cut to 155 again? Oh fuck no. The dude's probably walking around 200, 190 right now. So cutting down to 170. Max Holloway obviously has to bulk up again. so we're gonna see how that process. He's gonna be eating all the ramen in the world, bro. He's got to be so happy right now. He's like, I gotta make 170. I gotta make 170. That means I can eat things. All right. I need my coach to give me a big pot of ramen every single night. But yeah, Max Holloway's bulking up. He's gonna make the walk at 170, and that is going to be the main event for UFC 329 on July 11th. In the co-main event, we have Benoit Saint Denis and Paddy Pimblett. I think this is very much a number one contender fight for sure, because once 155 is said and done, and Justin Gaethje and Ilya Taporia sort their shit out, which will probably end in Justin Gaethje face first on
He
the
just
canvas.
he just
But
beats our favorite guys. That's what he
that's
does.
probably how this is gonna end. Good old Ilya Taporia is gonna be standing over Justin Gaethje, holding the belt, and Justin Gaethje is gonna be face first into the canvas. I'm not
And
looking.
again, we all thought Hamza would win.
This is true. Never say never in this sport. But that is what's going on there. But I think this is very much a number one contendership fight. Especially now that Max Holloway is going to be facing Conor McGregor. Charles Oliveira is nowhere to be found. He's not booked right now. But he did just fight for a title and lost, and then he fought Max Holloway for the BMF belt, won the BMF belt. So we're gonna see what Charles does with the BMF belt. Probably that's his next move. So that makes sense that we have Benoit Saint Denis and Paddy Pimblett. Two European sensations for sure. We have Benoit Saint Denis representing France. We have Paddy Pimblett representing England. We got France versus England. We're going back to fucking 1700s real quick. So tale as old as time. We're gonna see the French fight the British again. So
I'm just picturing fucking Benoit walking out with a white flag.
I surrender. I surrender.
I'm sorry, I just associate France with white flags for some reason. I
Darn.
couldn't tell you why.
I love how all right, I'm going off on a little tangent here. I love how France gets all the shit for like surrendering back in World War II to the Nazis when they took Germany. But we have to keep in mind that the French fought pretty valiantly for like 40 days trying to keep the Germans away. Fucking Norway, on the other hand, just said. So I mean, why France catches all the shit, I don't know, but it is what it is. So fuck it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this lovely um spectacle that we got going on here. We're gonna start things off at women's strawweight, and we're gonna go all the way down to men's fucking heavyweight. So
Like I said, all the way down.
all the
They
way up.
definitely weigh a lot less.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way up to men's heavyweight. So we're gonna touch on all of them. We're gonna do our best to keep it as fucking short and sweet as we can. But let's take a quick look at the strawweight division for the UFC right now. Our champion, as it currently stands, is Mackenzie Dern. We have not seen her since she won the belt in a vacant title fight against Jandaroba. I believe she fought for the belt. Um, and now we have Weili Zhang probably looking to make a return to strawweight after a failed bid at becoming a double champ at flyweight. We also have Tatiana Suarez kind of just hanging around there at number 2. We have Verna Jandaroba at number 3, Yan Xiaonan at number 4, whom we haven't seen in a while. You also have Jillian Robertson and Lupe Godinez, who looks to be the more up and coming fighter in there right now. And if we're going down the rest of the top five, you have Amanda Lemos, who I don't even know what's going on with Amanda Lemos anymore. We have Tabitha Ritchie, Jessica Andrade when she decides, Amanda Ribas, Fatima Klein, Denise Gomez, Alexia Thernera. We have Angela Overkill Hill and Mizuki here. Strawweight's not looking so dense right now. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on at 115 pounds for the
Well,
women.
well, it's because you don't know who's going to lose to Weili Zhang.
True. Because that's been the story of this division for the past, like, how many fucking years now? So, this is what happens when you just have generational talent at the top that just keeps fucking killing everything. All of a sudden, your division loses a lot of fucking depth. And that is for sure happening. Seeing Mackenzie Dern become the new women's strawweight champion was refreshing to see, a new person with the belt, but I think that's probably the first thing you gotta do. You gotta do Mackenzie Dern against Weili Zhang, more than likely, and then maybe you'll do Suarez and Jandaroba or Suarez and Yan Xiaonan. I don't know. Most of strawweight is inactive and doesn't fight a lot, and there's not a whole lot of depth of talent currently in this division. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how the younger unranked fighters are looking right now in this division. Obviously, I only have access to the top 15 right now, but I don't know what's this division getting for you. It's getting me like a C minus right now.
Do we know when Wei is coming back?
Not yet.
Then I'm going to say a B.
Gonna get a B.
Because until she comes back, there's plenty you can do here.
True.
Will it happen?
I don't know.
With the inactivity? But
There's
until she comes,
potential.
then it's still open.
Yeah.
It's still open season.
This is true. I guess I'm just a pessimist because I see nobody fighting in this division that's ranked. But I don't know. Mackenzie Dern as champion is pretty cool. So I mean, is that gonna last? I don't know. But I'm gonna see. But definitely, big match to make here is Mackenzie Dern and Weili Zhang. That needs to be settled. We need to see what's going on. But other than that, women's strawweight's looking a little bit barren, a little bit boring right now. Unlike our next division, which is our women's flyweight division. There's constant movement in this division. I love this division. I've always loved this division. I think even in the last State of the Weights, I talked very highly about the women's flyweight division because it has the most depth of talent. It has a lot of young people at the top. We have a generational great at the top currently, and I don't know. Everything's looking pretty okay for this division right now. But at the top, we have Valentina Bullet Shevchenko looking to just keep on reigning terror over this division. But we look at the people underneath her, we see a lot of actual, like, pretty good people coming out here. We have Natalia Silva, who's been actually on a giant winning streak lately. She's been looking good in the octagon. She's been putting together good fights, good finishes. We also have Manon Fiorot, who's always and terribly dangerous, no matter who you put her up against. You also have Alexa Grasso, who just got a huge win over Macy Barber not all that long ago. That excellent knockout turned into rear naked choke submission, and she didn't even need the choke. She was already out, so Alexa Grasso looking excellent right now. Looks like she kind of found that fire, at least in that last fight. We had a lot of doubts for our former champion.
It depends. If it's once, it's it's a one-off. But if it keeps happening, it's a pattern.
Exactly. So we did get a good one-off victory for Alexa Grasso. She did look great against somebody who was pretty legit in Macy Barber, who was looking excellent at the time on a pretty solid winning streak. Alexa Grasso,
stunning going in there.
Oh,
She looked stunning.
of course,
going up to that fight.
for sure. She looked excellent. She was doing great to this point. Obviously, a couple of medical complications when she was supposed to face Aaron Blanchfield, but that sorted itself out. We got a good fight in Alexa Grasso and Macy Barber. Alexa Grasso showing us she's still here. So we're gonna see if that was a one-off or if she's gonna keep this pattern going. So I'd love to see her face off against Manon Fiorot again. Maybe Natalia Silva, I think, should just go right to the top if Alexa Grasso doesn't.
Yep.
Seeming as she's been there lately. Let's see. We also had number 4. We have Aaron Blanchfield. We have Rose Namajunas here. Macy Barber. Jazz Davicius, who don't sleep on Jazz Davicius lately. This girl has been on a mission to just, keep on fucking fighting and keep on going. We also have Tracy Cortez, the Ever Dangerous. We have Miranda Maverick, Karine Silva here, Casey O'Neill. We also have Wang Kong, who I think is fighting this weekend, if I'm correct. Then you have Eduardo Miura, JJ Aldrich, and Gabriel Fernandez. That top five's looking strong right now. I'd even say most of the top 10's looking pretty strong right now. You got Cortez in there. You got Maverick, Jazz Devicius, Barber, Namajunas, Blanchfield, Grasso, Fioro, and Silva. So, I mean, the top 10's looking pretty good right now. Top five especially. So, I don't know. What do you, if we're to play matchmaker here, who gets Valentina next? Is it Grasso again, or is it going to be Silva?
I feel like Rosso, honestly, because of the way that she finished her last fight.
Yeah.
Because finishes, they receive a lot of fucking attention.
Yeah.
Okay? And especially if you're a former champ, that does a lot for you. Especially if you're looking good while doing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you get the Sagrasso for the next up.
Yeah, probably. Plus, there's unfinished business up there. I mean, yeah, the first fight between these two, obviously, Grasso walked away with the crazy victory. Their second fight fought to a draw when it actually probably should have been Shevchenko winning that fight. Despite me liking Grasso a little bit more. And then they had their third fight at the Sphere about 2 years ago, and Valentina just absolutely ripped her a new one and sent her back home. For a little while. But now Grasso's built back up. She's got a good finish, but that doesn't diminish the 3 fight losing streak I think she went on. But that finish was incredible, and one finish can go a long way, to Anthony's point. So yeah, I mean, there's unfinished business up there. I mean, one was a draw, so that means technically they're both 1-1. So this would kind of be their rubber match. Think of like a Figueiredo Moreno situation. Except it's funny how flyweights are the ones that get these fucking quadrilogies. Now I'm thinking about it. It was men's flyweight. It was fucking Figueiredo and goddamn Brandon Moreno for 4 fights. Now it's probably gonna be Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko for four fucking fights.
Flyweight is always tooth and nail.
It's always doesn't matter if it's men's, doesn't matter if it's women's. But this division's looking pretty healthy right now. I can also see a lot of fun fights happening here. I can see Silva going up against Manon. I can see Manon going against Aaron Blanchfield again. I can see Blanchfield facing Silva. I can even see Rose going against Barber again. So
Any of these names excite me to see headlining. So
definitely gonna have to see what happens here. But this division's looking healthy right now. It's gonna get a good A- from me.
Yep.
So I'm actually women's flyweight has been the most consistent of the women's divisions to this point. So it's always great. I love talking about the women's flyweights. They're excellent. But let's talk about a division that's not as crazy. Oh, I'm going to have to edit,
Yes, you will.
actually. And we're back, I think. Yes, we are. Alrighty. So, women's flyweight, excellent. We also have 2 beers that magically appeared here. Don't worry about it. So,
Happens.
So yeah, it just happens. I have a little beer fairy that runs around, and just all of a sudden, just it appears, and I'm like, okay, cool.
It's a good gig. It's 37 an hour. I mean,
So it's excellent. So, yep, we're drinking Miller Lite today. Yeah, what did you think about Miller Lite?
it's dependable.
It's an extremely dependable beer. Nobody's ever gonna get mad at a Miller Lite. I think if it's there, people are just gonna be like, "Yep, let's fucking run it." But let's get back into these divisions, shall we? So, we're gonna go into women's bantamweight now, which is dead still. So, not much movement has been going on around in here. We still have Kayla Harrison as the champion. Obviously, she was slated to fight Amanda Nunes for a whole second. Unfortunately, some complications with Kayla Harrison prevented that from happening. That was supposed to be on the first card on Paramount for this year. So, that didn't end up materializing, unfortunately. So, we have still the same place where this goddamn division was prior to that fight being made.
As to be expected.
Juliana Pena, the former champion, she hasn't fought, and I don't even know when. Raquel Pennington, another former champion, don't know where she is.
Very busy.
We have Jocelyn Edwards, who I think fought recently, but I don't know if she won or not. We also have Norma Dumont here, Ketlin Vieira, pardon me, Island Perez at number 5, Reina Aldana at 6, Yana Santos at 7, Macy Chiasson at 8, Jacqueline Calvacanti at 9, and Carol Rosa at 10. So, and this division's so broken. It's so dead. There's not a lot of people. And if you thought strawweight was bad, honest to God, I think this one might be worse. Um, Obviously the Amanda Nunes Kayla Harrison fight was exciting, and was nice to hear. But also, where the fuck did Amanda Nunes come from? Like, I thought that motherfucker retired like 3 years ago, and now
I
she
told you
coming
these
back.
people they don't ever retire.
They just go away for a little bit, and then they come back. Obviously, I think that still is probably the fight to make at this weight, given the fact that nobody's fighting in this division.
This
So,
division gets a D for dead.
yes, this division gets a D for dead. I'm not going to waste more time on it.
I'm sorry.
The women's bantamweight division is so gone. The only fight that you could possibly make would be maybe Kayla Harrison against Juliana Pena again, but I don't think Juliana Pena warrants anything for a rematch. And Amanda Nunes is really the fight that was supposed to be made, and unfortunately, injuries come and injuries stay. So I don't know. The women's bantamweight division gets a D for dead. I'm not even going to talk about this disappointing ass division anymore. UFC, please try to find more women's bantamweight fighters in the regional scene, because there's plenty of them. Trust me, there are, and I don't see any of them in the UFC. So
More news on that division when there's movement.
yes. Well, more on that division when there's movement. Speaking of another dead division that we're not even going to talk about, women's featherweight is still a thing.
It
104.
is?
Yes. Shockingly enough, women's featherweight is still a thing. There is not one single ranked competitor in that division. But it's still there, and but that division is just an F by default because it's featherweight.
Can you make it a Z because it's the furthest away?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Anyways.
We'll be back. All right.
Third
Well,
time's the charm.
third time is very much the charm. Hopefully, we actually can keep on going with this thing now. Now, that's the good thing about this one is because we're recording it a little bit differently. Point being, the software that we usually film this thing on updated and shit the bed entirely.
It crapped itself.
It like completely shit the bed. It crapped itself. It smeared up their back. It was.
Let us know if you like this format more or if you think we should go back. We're going to try to anyways, but your comments always appreciated.
Of course. And feel free to leave a like too, because god damn it, guys. I've had so many interruptions in this goddamn podcast. I swear to God, if I get another one, I might fucking lose it, because we're on a time crunch too. So
drink more Miller.
yes, more Miller.
I am drinking an IPA that he has acquired for me, crafted in Newport, Rhode Island. Road Trip.
The Road Trip IPA. I've been sipping that shit like it's water as of late. That stuff's really, really fucking good coming out of Newport Craft.
Maybe they'll sponsor you.
Maybe. Newport Craft, hit me up. Honestly, frontrowAccess15@gmail.com. We drink beer on this podcast all the goddamn time. I wouldn't mind if we get to feature some of the local stuff here. But Ant, what did you think of the Road Trip IPA?
That shit's fucking tasty.
Dude, I fucking loved it. As soon as I took a sip, I was like, ooh, okay.
More please now.
More please now. It's a New England style IPA, so obviously very earthy. It's pale as shit. I poured it into a glass. You cannot see anything through that thing. It's so opaque. But you take a sip on it. You got some little bit of earthiness in there. It's got the right amount of bitterness that's not like repulsive. And it's very refreshing. Like even for a 6.3% beer, it's not that strong going down. So it's a pretty good brew, and it comes out of Newport, Rhode Island. That's our state. That's where we're based. So nice local brew there. I tried to get it on draft somewhere, but I think I got the end of a keg, and I did not get the best sample of it. I was like, bleh. And I'm like, I refuse to believe that that's what Newport is putting out there. So I got cans of it, and it's very, very good. I also found another beer from Newport Craft called, it's the double IPA version of the Road Trip. So kind of like a Captain's Daughter from Grey Sail. But it's a double IPA. I think it's 9%, and 9% alcohol by volume when I say that, and it's called Road Rage. Yes, I thought that was very creative.
Is it spelled RHODE?
Yep,
Awesome.
it's Road
Perfect.
Trip, RHODE, because Rhode Island. And then the other one, it's like if you look at that one, it's a nice green can. It's very welcoming. Hi, come here, drink me. I'm very good. Then you look at Road Rage, and that's like bright orange. It's like big and bold, and I'm like, now I don't know if I want Road Trip or Road Rage. I'm like, well, I'm assuming Road Rage is going to be similar to Road Trip, just stronger. So let me try Road Trip first, and then I'll try Road Rage. And I'm impressed. And if I'm impressed with Road Trip, Road Rage is probably gonna absolutely kick complete ass. And
I'm definitely wondering if after 2 you'd be down.
oh, I probably would be.
I'd just be like,
I'll have 2 of those things and I'll be like dead. That's the crazy thing about craft beer, guys. If you get a 4-pack, you're like, oh, it's only 4. You know, no, sometimes those things are like 7, 9, 8, 9%. And if you're not that big a guy, like your boy here, I'm only 165 pounds, so I'm not a very big guy. I'm 5'7", 167, 165, and I'm like, yeah. Let me tell you, if I had 2 road rages, I'd probably be on my ass. But I'll be feeling the road rage, that's for sure. But moving into our men's division now, we're going to look at men's flyweight, which has had a lot of movement since the last time we made this episode. This little state of the weights here. We have a new champion at flyweight, and he just defended it.
sure.
So, Joshua Van went on a total Cinderella story last year, and in I think 3 fights, he went from unranked to champion in 1 year.
Hey, we tell you, these fucking flyweights are scrappy. They're fucking tooth and nail.
And plus, like when he was unranked there, he was fighting for rent. You know, he had an excellent fight, excellent finish, and then ultimately, of course, Brendan Royval's opponent, which I think was supposed to be the guy that Van just beat, Tyra. I think it was supposed to be Tyra and Royval for a number 1 contendership, but Tyra ended up having to pull out due to some medical problems, and Josh Van stepped in because he was coming off a win. He wasn't damaged. First round knockout. It was crazy. And then he went and proceeded to have fight of the fucking year with Brendan Royval in 2025, earning him a number 1 contendership spot for somebody that hasn't lost to Alessandro Pantoja yet. So because to this point, flyweight was looking a little bit like, okay, all right, who's next? You know, like line him up.
Pantoja feeding
knock him down.
time.
Like that's what we were looking at it. We were like, all right, what's next? I mean, I love Pantoja, always have, always will. But I was like, okay, what's next? You know, like who's gonna beat him now? Okay, he's going up against Manel Kopp or something like that. Okay, he's gonna win that one. He's going against Royval, probably gonna beat him. You know, but Joshua Van was the big question, and I did go into this calling for Pantoja to win the fight, and ultimately a freak accident happened in December of 2025. Pantoja fell backwards, absolutely ruptured his shoulder, and I think part of his arm too. So he's out on injury still. When he comes back, obviously he's gonna get an immediate rematch. He has to. He reigned over that division for like 3 years, 2.5 years to that point, not quite 3 yet. So like, and he was just knocking everybody down decisively too. So
Looking unbeatable.
he was looking like a fucking Terminator at flyweight. I thought Van's magic was gonna run out there. I did not. Um, fortune favors the bold, I guess, and Pantoja broke his shoulder. So uh, Van wins the belt off of a doctor stoppage, and you know that's awesome because yay, I'm the champion. But at the same time, I didn't beat the champion. You know, so how can I truly say that I'm champion? You know, that was the big question. That was the storyline going into this fight.
Is he really the champion though?
Exactly, or was that just a freak accident on Pantoja's end?
Did he beat the champion or did the champion beat himself? Come on. What happened?
Exactly.
What's your skill set? How you gonna do here?
I think it's funny that Pantoja, he was dominating the fucking division so hard he had to injure himself.
Like, fuck, I need a break.
I need a break. Let me go fucking rupture my arm real quick. Nah. Pantoja, I hope you're recovering fine. I can't wait to see you back. But that was the big storyline going into this fight against Tyra on the Strickland and Shemaev card. And I was like, all right, let's see what you made of, Van. And what did Joshua Van proceed to do? Finish him in the last round. So I'm like, oh my god, Van, that was a good fight too with Tyra.
Great fight.
It was an excellent fight. That like rivaled look, Gaethje and Pimblett has been like my front runner this year, and that was the first fucking event of the year. So like I was like, I'm holding it to a pretty crazy standard. Hockett and Blades was good too, despite me not liking Hockett nor Blades all that much. That was a good fight at heavyweight. But when I saw that fight, Tyra and Van, I was like, oh damn. Gaethje and Pimblett might have just gotten tested. um, so now I'm like flip flopping between the two. Like, which one was better? I still think Gaethje and Pimblett is edging it out, but I think I'm a little biased there because it's just Gaethje. But so fair warning. Gigantic Justin Gaethje fan. Since Dustin's departure, he is now my favorite active fighter. But now that Justin Gaethje is going to be departing soon, I gotta pick a new favorite. So,
I mean, it's a good time. The old guard is moving out.
exactly, we
We
got
got some new talent in there.
a bunch of new blood coming in. But
Like Van.
like Van, yeah, like Van. Van's going crazy right now. Let's see. Obviously, number one contender is Alessandro Pantoja. Whenever he comes back, he's healthy, ready to fight. Definitely Van Pantoja 2 needs to happen. That's for sure. We also have Manel Kopp, who just came off a victory. I think fight night a couple weeks ago. Manel Kopp, obviously big troublemaker, but goes in there and wins fights. So, what else? We have Tatsuro Taira, obviously came up short against Joshua Van. We have Brendan Royval, which a rematch between Van and Royval, I'm down. I'll see that fight again because I mean it was pretty neck and neck until like the very end, and Van decided to be like, "All right, time for me to show you what I'm made of."
Let me show you something different right here.
Let me show you some Mayan Marian power real quick. And that was that. And then we also have Kyoji Higuchi here. We also have Loner Kavanaugh coming off of the contender series from 2 seasons ago now. He's still doing good, lots of power. He's doing all right. I think he's scheduled to fight soon. I don't know when. We have Amir Albazi still here. I don't know where he is, but
He
he's
exists
here.
in the rankings.
We also have Asu Almabayev, whom I think fought the end of last year. Brandon Moreno, obviously, at number 9. Damn, what a fall from grace for the assassin baby. Then number 10 is Steve Urseg. Urseg obviously went tooth and nail with Pantoja a couple years ago. And we also have a couple of other heavy hitters in this division. Alex Perez has been on a roll as of late. Alex Perez is looking good. I think he's fighting this weekend. We have Tim Elliott still here and still winning because this guy has been fighting since God fucking forever ago, and he's still here. He's still ranked. We also have Tagir Ulanbekov coming out of Team Khabib. So I mean, that's always gonna be dangerous, no matter who it is. We also have Charles Johnson here, who's been actually getting a lot of good finishes as of late. And then we also have Bruno Silva, whom I can't really talk much about, but he is in top 15, and I think he got it off of a finish, if I'm remembering correctly. So, Flyweight's looking good right now. We got a lot of people. We got a lot. It's kind of still wide open with Van at the top because the problem with Flyweight before was Pantoja was about to go on a rematch tour. Had Royval won against Van, which looked like he was going to do for a minute there, but then Van just decided at the end of the fight to show up real quick.
Flyweight looked like a pool of fish that the shark that was Pantoja was just circling around for a while there.
And then one fucking bold ass barracuda decided,
Now, fuck you.
nah, fuck you. Got through that fish, got through that school of fish, and went right face to face with the champion. And now here he is. So I mean, I don't really know what's gonna happen to Flyweight now. Obviously, when Pantoja's healthy, we gotta see where Pantoja's at in his recovery right now before we can make like a true prediction of who goes for the belt next or make a number one contendership fight. I think, but Manel Kopp hasn't fought for a belt yet. He's number 2. He's coming off a victory right now. Perhaps while we're still waiting on Pantoja, we'll have him face Van. We also have Royval, who's just sneaking around, wanting to probably getting them rematch clause. Like, I want my get back, bro. And I did tell you that I don't think this would be the last. I did not think that the Pantoja fight was going to be the last time we saw Royval in a title fight, and he's still dangerous. Obviously slipped up a little bit, hasn't really been as active as he should be, but could be other things going on. You never know. But nah, I mean, and Loner Kavanaugh, he's looking great right now. I mean, coming off the Contender Series with Dana White, that that was excellent. And yeah, I don't know. Flyweights looking solid right now. I mean, need I say, do I give this division an A right now? I think I do.
I think it's worth an A.
I think it's worth an A. Not an A plus. There is an A plus division, but we're not there yet.
What I want to see from here is probably Royval Cup pretty soon, and then #1 contention for the next title if Pantoja isn't back by then.
Yeah, I think we got to figure out where Pantoja's at in his recovery journey. I saw he's not in a sling anymore, and he was back at training. So maybe a fight announcement coming soon. Maybe to the end of this year, he'll be back because it looks like he's making a pretty good recovery right now. So maybe later this year, possibly early next year, we could see a return of Pantoja by the looks of it. But right now, I think we got to get Cop and Royval matched up, or maybe we get Royval and Tyra again because we didn't get that fight. So that'd be a fun one to watch. So I mean, division's looking healthy right now. A lot of good matchups that can happen. A lot of people that can they're chomping at the bits are like a one good win away, if not just a fight announcement away from fighting for a title.
That's a
So
great way to say that. It's a lot in this division for Van to chomp at.
for sure, and this division's looking brand new right now. It's got a breath of fresh air. Until the king comes back and probably puts shit back in order. But you never know. I could be wrong. Sometimes you get big injuries like that. It's tough to come back. It's
And
tough
then
to
you
come
pull
back.
like a Greggy or something.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. But let's take a look at men's bantamweight right now. Which, spoiler, I'm going to talk pretty highly about men's bantamweight again. so, let's see. We have a new champion in this division since last time. Rob was running circles around this division last time we made this state of the weights. So here we are. We got Piotr Jan just beat the brakes off of Rob Dvalishvili late last year. Is not scheduled for a fight at this current moment, but Piotr Jan, he usually only fights like maybe twice a year, if that once, twice a year. We usually see Piotr Jan. So this is well within his range of fighting. We can get a fight announcement for him soon. Obviously, we still have the August pay per view we got to build. July's all set, obviously. They could have another one in July. They could have another one in June. You never know. I don't think they're gonna have another one in June. I think they're gonna keep the White House card as the card for June. They're setting that up right now. Pictures are out on social media. They're setting it up now on the South Lawn currently. Um, Looking pretty solid. Good setup so far. So yeah, they're building the set over there. But we got Piorian at the top of this division in the bantamweight. We have Marab at #1 contender, who's not aligned currently, but is staying busy. He is still competing in RAF events, Real American Freestyle. He's done a couple of wrestling matches. We have Umar Nurmagomedov still here. We have Sean O'Malley still here, coming off of a fucking robbery. So in his last fight, and he is scheduled to fight again at the White House. So maybe if Sean's able to win at the White House, he can get a rematch with Piotr Jan, which that's something that we've been probably wanting to see for a little while now. Seeming as the first time they fought, Sean won, but he didn't win. You know, Sean
I don't know anyone
won.
who thinks he won. I don't.
It's like a dog. Like, look, man, I love Sean O'Malley and all. Don't get me wrong. I like him more than Piotr Jan, I think, but Sean didn't win that fight, dude. Sean didn't win that fight. At UFC 280, bro, Sean did not win that fight. I hate to say it, but he had a good third round. He had a good third round, but 1 and 2, that was all Piotr Jan. But we
Yeah,
also
a good round. It just be that more.
exactly. We also have Corey Sandhagen here, Song Yadong, who's fighting this weekend. He hasn't fought for the belt yet. Does have a history with Piotr Jan, I believe. I think Piotr Jan beat the brakes off of him about a year or so ago.
Happens when you fight Piotr Jan.
Yep. So if Song's able to win this weekend, maybe. We also have Ayman Zahabi, who is Sean O'Malley's opponent for the White House card. So, I mean, depending on who wins that, especially if Sean does by a finish, you could see Sean and Petr Yan again. Or Ayman Zahabi would just be kind of a dark horse that's fucking everything up. But you also have Davison Figueiredo. He's fighting Song Yadong this weekend. So that's going to be an interesting fight. There's a lot of fights that can happen. A lot of people that can, get some solid reps. And we also have Mario Batista still around, the most hated UFC fighter for some fucking reason. I'm like, what did Mario Batista do to you guys? Yeah,
I
like
thought that was King Green. Or was that
uh,
just your hatred?
that's just my hatred.
It
That's
just
just my hatred.
overshadows everything else.
Let's see. We also have David Martinez in here. We have Marlon Chito Vera. Oh God. We also have Peyton Talbot, who did come off of a victory his last time out, but did suffer a pretty bad loss not all that long ago. So Peyton Talbot's still a little ways away from title contention, I would say, but could probably break top 5 if he fights again soon. We also have Vinicius Oliveira, which I think Oliveira fought recently. If not, he's going to fight soon. And I think Vinicius Oliveira is coming off of victory himself. So I don't remember what his victory was, but we also have Raul Rosas Jr. on here. Young sensation, 21 years of age now. So we also have Raoni Barcelos and Farid Basharat. Oh, Basharat.
Yep.
Basharat's an issue, guys. I know he's only number 15 right now, but Basharat's an issue. If you don't know much about Farid Basharat, look him up. He's a problem. He's an issue at 135. He's 15-0 currently, and it doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon. So there you go. We got that. This division's looking fucking phenomenal. If I'm being honest with you, like this is great. We got a new champion that hasn't fought Marab before. So well, he did fight Marab, but we have a bunch of contenders that haven't lost to Marab recently. And we have
Healthy movement.
healthy movement in this division. Lots of potential, like number one contendership fights that are happening. Obviously, this one this weekend could be. You never know. I mean, if Davison Figueiredo is able to get a finish for sure, I think he would shoot right up in there. If Song Yadong's able to do it, I think he's only a fight away, if not a fight announcement away, depending on how Sean O'Malley and Zahabi goes. Because if Zahabi ends up winning that fight, I think probably gonna put Yadong and Zahabi in a fight if Zahabi ends up beating O'Malley. But spoiler alert, I know we haven't really done it yet. I don't think Zahabi's beating O'Malley. So we also have Corey Sandhagen, who's ever dangerous. So I've been wanting to see Corey Sandhagen and Sean O'Malley fight for a while now, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that. So because I think Corey Sandhagen's a terrible matchup for Sean O'Malley, and Sean O'Malley is a terrible matchup for Corey Sandhagen. So I want to see that happen. And obviously, Song Yadong has probably a chip on his shoulder. He's like a fight removed, if not a fight announcement removed, depending on how it goes this weekend. But yeah, I don't know. This division's looking healthy right now. The only person that I can see not really having a direction currently is maybe Umar, because Umar's in a weird spot where like he can't fight O'Malley right now. He just can't do that yet. He already lost to Marab. He already beat Sandhagen. I don't know if he's faced Yadong yet. And then yeah, I don't know. It's I think the only person that doesn't really have a direction in this division right now, or at least it's more up in the air, is Umar and Marab. If I'm honest, because I don't really know where those two are gonna go. Maybe they'll fight each other again. Who knows? It has been about a year since then. But is it going to be the same old story, or is Team Khabib going to fucking strike again, and then we're gonna just have that happen? But I don't know. This division's looking good right now, and this is my current A+ division, guys. So, bantamweight, you're looking excellent. I talked highly of you last time. I'm talking highly of you this time. Keep up the good work.
This gets an AA plus for me too.
Mm.
I'm not as invested into the bantamweights, but I'm always engaging in their fights because
Yeah.
they're always bringing it.
And plus, like the bantamweight, man, honestly, man, it's one of the best divisions in the UFC right now, if not the best. So I mean, we got a lot of excitement in these other divisions, though. So we're not, but this is definitely like an A+ division currently. It's functioning well. It's working like a well-oiled machine. We have good contenders. We have a new champion, and possibilities are endless. So I love to see that. But So we've into a division that's a bit slower as of late because there's not much movement going on at the top. Because Volkanovski's old now and can't fight as often as he used to.
I was gonna say, just Volkanovski featherweight. It's like seeing the old lion that pretty soon he won't have a pride,
Hmm.
but you're not sure when that's gonna happen.
Exactly. So I don't know. Alexander Volkanovski just got his title back and defended it again against the same guy, Diego Lopez. Poor dude. Took two beatings at the hands of Alexander Volkanovski. We also have Mavsar Evloev. He is the number one contender right now, and I've heard his contractual obligations and negotiations are up, and they actually made something out of it. So now that that dispute's over, we could probably finally see maybe Volkanovski and Mavsar. Mavsar is one of the last remaining undefeated fighters in the UFC right now, at least UFC ranked. And what else do we have? Diego Lopez. Man, this guy's just. I love Diego, man. Diego's so good. He's so good, but he's like the best to not beat the best. You know,
Keeps getting daddy's cane.
it's just it's like Diego Lopez took the spot of Max Holloway in this division. So is Diego Lopez the new Max Holloway to Volkanovski now?
I actually don't think so because Volk he's at that golden age now.
Yeah, he's almost done. Like I don't think we have much. I don't think we have much longer with Volk, guys. I think we have maybe a fight or two left, and then he's gonna either retire on top or he's gonna lose to a new guy and be like, "All right, I'm good," you know. And I mean, he's got cooking with Volk now. He's got another baby girl just born. You know, I think that's four now for him. Congratulations to the Volkanovski family. But yeah, I don't know. Volkanovski's in his golden years right now. He's in his twilight saga. You know, he's at the end. We don't have much longer with him, but we enjoy him while he's here. You know, and Mavsar Evloev is looking like a hungry dog right now. Um, Probably gonna maybe face Volk next. We also have Diego Lopez. Obviously, this poor guy's just stuck in purgatory in featherweight right now.
He's got that Volk wall.
He's got that Volk wall he just can't pound through, and he's like, God damn it. Lerone Murphy's at number 3. Lerone Murphy is coming off of a loss right now, though, unfortunately, to Mavsar Evloev. So I think that would for sure maybe put Evloev, not maybe, definitely put Evloev above Lerone Murphy right now, but Lerone Murphy's still looking great. He's still doing okay. I mean, he lost to Mavsar, but that's okay. You lost to Mavsar, you can do that. We also have Aljamain Sterling at number 4, whom I think is fighting soon, if not already fought. Could be wrong here. Let's take a look at the statistics.
The
Yeah.
only thing going through my head right now is Diego Lopez texting Holloway, just like, is this what it was like?
Holloway's like, yes, brother.
He's like, yeah. Yeah, you're there.
They're sharing in the same pain, and it's incredible. It's incredible. It really is. Aljamain Sterling here at number 4. Yair Rodriguez at number 5, looking excellent as of late. So I've noticed. I mean, Yair. I mean, you never can go wrong with a Yair fight, man. Yair's so good. I love that guy. He always shows up and he always delivers every time. I just wish he fought more. You know, he doesn't fight a lot, but when he does, it's a treat. So I think he's still got a couple of fights before he can truly call himself a title contender again. He was a title contender when Volkanovski was still in his prime and fresh off a loss to Islam Makhachev. So tough luck, my friend. So because he just got destroyed. We also have Jean Silva, who's been doing great. One of the fighting nerds. He's been doing excellent as of late on an absolute tear. Would love to see him fight Yair Rodriguez, honestly. I think that would be a good fight.
That whole gym, I'm always excited to see what they do.
Yeah, the fighting nerds are just incredible, man. I mean, his last fight, John Silva, he fought Diego Lopez. Diego won, but that's all right. You can lose to Diego. We also have Arnold Allen, who's slowly but surely coming back. So
It's a steady creep.
he's a steady little spider on the wall, just crawling up a little bit, you know. We also have Yusef Zalal, who's just been incredible as of late. So, Yusef Zalal, definitely someone to look after. Steve Garcia, can't really talk much about him. Kevin Vallejos has been doing really well. Um, Brian T. City Ortega is still here for
Somehow.
now. Somehow, some way, the dude is still here, but he brings it every time. We got Aaron Pico, man. He's out here. We also got David Onama. David Onama has been looking good lately. Patricio Pitbull's here as well, coming off of a win his last time out, I believe. And then we have Josh Emmett, who's just Josh Emmett, gatekeeper of the featherweight ranks.
Eternal gatekeeper.
Total gatekeeper. I'm sorry, Josh Emmett. At the age of now 41, you are not going to be fighting for a title anytime soon, unless the hands of fate turn into your favor. Which I don't think they're going to right now. But I don't know. This division's slower moving than bantamweight, but there's still a lot of good competition here. There's still a lot of new faces that haven't faced Volkanovski yet. We have a champ at the top who's just kind of at the end. I mean, to be honest, like I don't know. What do you think for Volk? Do you think he's gonna have maybe one or two fights left?
I'm hoping we get 2 more out of him, but I could completely understand if we don't, honestly. Dude's got nothing left to really prove.
He's already proved it. So I mean, he's doing great. But no, I mean, we'll keep it. We'll keep him in the back of our mind, obviously. But I think the next fight to make is Mobstar and Volkanovski. Like, come on, man. We've been waiting on this fight for a while now. This is a fresh face that Volk hasn't faced yet, and oh, that's really loud.
Yeah, I mean, like, if that cracks and shatters, that'd be a crazy.
That was really loud. Oh god. We have Lerone Murphy and Diego Lopez. That could be a good fight. I'd be down to see that one
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
I'd be down to see Aljamain Sterling and Yair Rodriguez. I'd be down to see John Silva and fucking Yair Rodriguez. Arnold Allen and Aljamain Sterling looks pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of good shit going on in this division. Despite it being slower moving, I can't give it an A plus, but it is gonna get an A.
I got an A minus for this one.
Mm.
Only because I don't want to see what's gonna happen to Volk.
Yeah, me neither. But definitely the fight to make, though. Evloev, I think, deserves it at this point. Just beat a surging contender in Lerone Murphy. And there's really nobody else that can face Volk right now. I don't think Aljamain could really necessarily make a case to fight Volk at this current moment. Could it happen? Yeah, and I think that actually would do some numbers if you get Aljamain Sterling and Volkanovski together. But I think that would have been a bigger fight like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
3 years ago,
Sterling, I'm still not 100% behind. I like his fights, but
Most of the time he just backpacks his way to victory.
I feel like he treads on his own name, which didn't really have the merit that he seems to think it has.
Yeah, like, dude, like, yeah, you're a champion, but, like, the way you won the belt was bullshit. I'm sorry. The way you won the belt was bullshit. And the way you defended the belt was also bullshit. So, I mean, like, think about it. He had a close fight with Petr Yan, his first title defense, after winning the belt against Petr Yan via disqualification. So, that was a close fight. I honestly can see why you would argue that Petr Yan beat Aljamain Sterling in that fight all the way back in May of 2022, April of 2022, if you guys can remember that far back. And then Aljamain Sterling, who'd he face after that? A one-armed TJ Dillashaw who hadn't fought in a year. And then what happened after the one-armed fucking goddamn TJ Dillashaw fight? You got Sean O'Malley and he got knocked out. Like, could you argue that it was an early stoppage on the part of Mark Goddard? I think was officiating that fight. Sure, I could see that, but he was wobbled, man, and Sean O'Malley. That was a crazy thing. Seeing Sean O'Malley win the belt live, that was kind of crazy. So that was nice. So think about it. Like his entire title reign was like, what'd you do? He beat returning Henry Cejudo after 3 years off too. I forgot that one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Beat someone after 3 days off.
after 3 years off. Like, goddamn. Like, you look at it, you could say on paper, yeah, sure, he tied Dominic Cruz with, like, title defenses and whatnot, but, like, what did you do? You won the belt by disqualification. Had a close fight with Petr Yan where you could argue that you lost. I thought you won. I'll be honest. I'll give you that one. Then you face a one-armed TJ Dillashaw Then TJ Dillashaw retires after that fight. Then after you faced your one-arm TJ Dillashaw, you faced a returning Henry Cejudo after 3 years off, and you still had a close fight with him, you know? And then you face O'Malley for your fourth title defense and you get knocked out in round 2. Like, bruh, what did you do?
Just compiled a list of names.
What did you do? It's like, I don't know. I love Aljamain though, but it's just like his entire title reign was like half baked. That's what I should say. His title reign was half baked. Had he fought TJ Dillashaw 2 years prior to one arm TJ, that would have been a great fight. That would have been an excellent fight. You know?
I will say I was impressed with his last win.
Oh yeah. I mean,
but I'm steadily getting behind him as a fighter. It's just you tread on your own name way too fucking much. Like,
for sure. Like, dude, you're that guy, but you're not that guy at the same time. You know, like you've done shit, but you haven't done shit. You know? Anyway, lightweight. This is always a fun one, right, guys? Lightweight's always a good division. Ilia Topuria is your champion. Justin Gaethje's your interim champion. That's getting solved on the White House lawn, June 14th, at Sunday. Sunday. Make sure you guys keep your calendars clear for a Sunday. It's not gonna happen on a Saturday.
That's right. They're throwing you a curveball.
They're throwing you a curveball because you're gonna have it on Trump's birthday. So there you go. And then Armin Sarukian is just getting utterly cucked in this entire division.
Yeah,
He's just getting cucked. But you know, he's still keeping busy though. He's gone on a couple of RAF events. He's done some done a couple wrestling matches. He still looks sharp. He looks good. But I think Armin Sarukian is more of an influencer now than he is an actual fighter because this dude has no fights confirmed. And I can't blame you for not wanting to fight for anything but a goddamn title right now. You have been getting cucked this entire time. And so he's like hanging out with streamers now. He's like doing training videos with like Nina. And he's like, yeah, like to be honest, Armin Sarukian's looking like more of an influencer right now than he is an actual competitive fighter. And need I remind you guys, he's number 2 in the lightweight division. He is a top contender. And UFC does not tell you about him because the UFC doesn't like him for some odd reason. I don't get it. The dude has paid his dues. He was supposed to have that title shot against Makhachev. Unfortunately, he fucked his back up, and I don't think the UFC has forgiven him for that. Like, god damn it. You have Charles Oliveira, our current BMF champion of the world, coming fresh off a dominant victory against Max Holloway. Holy fuck. Charles Oliveira, man, never ceased to impress me, my friend. Like, this dude just went in there and said, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy up real quick. And
Fucker looked hungry.
he fucked that guy up real good. Max Holloway was looking good to this point, too. Don't get me wrong, that Dustin victory coming off that Justin Gaethje knockout. Yeah, sure, he got knocked out by Ilia Topuria, but he was the one that wobbled Ilia Topuria. If you remember the fight, guys, he was this close to beating Ilia Topuria for a second, and then Ilia Topuria struck again and knocked him out. You know, that's what Ilia Topuria does.
He's one of our favorite guys because he does that.
And speaking of Max Holloway, he's number 4 in this division right now. We also have Benoit Saint-Denis at number 5 right now. Benoit, man, dude, I fucking love that guy. I'll be so real. I fucking love that guy. He's a well-rounded fighter. He can wrestle as well as he can strike. The dude's got power. The dude's got grit. He's I know I just said I'm gonna need to choose a new favorite once Justin Gaethje departs because he's gonna depart on June 14th. So Benoit's in there definitely. I love Lerone Murphy as well. I've got contenders. I've got contenders for my favorite fighter. Am I ever gonna love them to the degree of Dustin Poirier? Are you smoking crack? Fuck no. So that being said, we got Benoit Saint-Denis at number 5, Paddy Pimblett at number 6, Mateusz Gamrot still chilling at number 7, Dan Hooker at 8. Renato Moicano's there, but I think Renato Moicano had his moment, and now it's past him. Mauricio Rufy has been looking excellent as of late. So definitely no doubts in my mind about Mauricio Rufy and his potential going forward. I still think he's a couple of fights away from a title fight, maybe 2. But Mauricio Rufy is, waving the banner for good old fighting nerds and making good on their name.
Surging issue and a problem that will have to be dealt with.
Eventually, you still have Raphael Fiziev in here, who's ever dangerous, but unfortunately, this guy just ran into the Justin Gaethje train one too many times, and that's really affected his career to this point. We have Quillen Sawkild, who's our newest addition to the lightweight ranked. Which Quillen Sawkild, he's looking excellent in all of his fights. Good finishes, good performances. He submits people, he knocks people out. It's excellent. And Mauricio Rufi's opponent at the fucking White House is Michael Chandler. He's at number 13. Michael Chandler is Michael Chandler.
Greggy was just scared of Chandler, so he had to wait for him to get a fight confirmed.
Mike Chandler is just Mike Chandler. I'm not going to talk at length about that. We have Faris Zahim. We also have Manuel Torres, who's been looking pretty good as of late. I've been paying attention to him. And then Grippa Benil Dariush. Man, Benil. He just took the massive L to Quillen Sawkild. That knocked him back down to 15. At this rate, I think Benil Dariush has one more in him, if not a retirement on Twitter, and that's gonna be it. I love you, Benil. You were this close to fighting for a title. You really were. And it just never worked out for you. So, that motherfucker also lived in purgatory. So, I don't know. Lightweight is looking pretty healthy right now. A lot of potential here. A lot of old guard, a lot of new guard in here. I gotta say, this division is looking pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit more inactive the further down we go on the top 10 list. I mean, Gamrot doesn't fight all that much. Neither does Dan Hooker. But, they're both on their way out, if I'm honest. So, Moicano, he's in his twilight years now. He's never going to be back to that same level that he was at just a few years ago. He had a shot, just never ended up being there. Mauricio Rufi's looking dangerous. Raphael Fiziev, I don't know. He's probably in the most perilous position in this division out of anybody, I would say. Like, his next fight is really going to determine how the rest of his career is going to go, I think. Yeah. I think Fiziev, I hate, like, riding, like, careers on one fight, but honestly, I think Raphael Fiziev's career is, like, riding on his next fight. Like, if he does good, he still has potential to get there. Like, he's at that age. He's, like, 31, 32, around there. So he's, like, at that age where, like, you're at your prime, but, like, you're not going to get much better than this, man, Like, you might get a little bit better. You might have a magical night, but I think a lot of his career is riding on this next fight, and I hate to add pressure to him, but that's just how it is. But as this division's looking right now, lightweight's getting an A- from me. It's looking good.
To me, it's getting an F because all I know for sure is that it's whoever is going to need saving from Ilya Toporia's wrath.
Because, the best of the best at 155 is just going to have to go through Ilya Taporia, and the likelihood that you're going to get through Ilya Taporia is just...
No. I said what I meant. The next question is, who is going to need to be saved by him next, because the dude just suffered a fucking divorce.
And the wife took the kids.
So, I would get out of that division as soon as possible. I value my life too much to put it on the line, even if the Octagon wants me to. But yeah, no, I'd say an A-.
A-, actually. Now, this division's looking good, but man, Ilya Taporia is an issue.
He's gonna kill someone.
He's gonna fucking murder somebody in the coming weeks, coming years. He's only 29 years old, guys. So, we still got plenty of years left with Ilya Taporia, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ilya Taporia.
Anytime he sees a tweet from his newly divorced
ex-wife,
someone's gonna die.
Someone's dying. I'm sorry. Look, this division's looking good though. I can't lie. All theatrics aside, this division's looking really good. A lot of young talent, and we still got some new guard in there, but they're slowly but surely kind of aging out. And it looks like the retirement of the lightweight old guard is gonna be a lot different than like years past. Like, I don't think they're gonna necessarily go out looking bad. Like, I mean, even look at Dustin. Like, when Dustin went out, like, did he have a bad fight against Max? No, he really didn't. He had a pretty good fight with Max, It just Max was a step ahead of him.
That was
So,
a very respectful bout. They gotta go through Ilya. Ilya's at the top of this
yeah,
division.
that motherfucker's just wreaking
He's
havoc.
gonna kill them.
That motherfucker is Vengeance Shredder in the flesh.
He's
Like,
like, do you know which days I get to spend with my kids?
I get every other fucking weekend.
I gotta spend time dealing with you? Well,
poor, poor anybody that has to go up against the superior force in Ilyatoporia. Oh God. Well, we're gonna see how the White House plays out, but I think we know how it's gonna play out. So, Justin Gaethje, thank you for your help and your contributions to the UFC. Please go out and retire because you are not gonna beat this guy. I'm sorry.
don't let him kill you.
Don't let him murder you. And please don't let him murder you. I don't want to see you die. Do I think you're gonna win? No, I mean, you gotta know. But spoiler alert for our fucking our fucking UFC White House episode.
I remember he's usually respectful. I think Ilya's just gonna go with the rage for a bit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's move into another division that's looking pretty fresh right now. Welterweight. So recently departed from the lightweight division is Islam Makhachev,
It's
and
that guy who beats up the other guys that we like.
yeah. So Islam decided to move up real quick. He's now at 170. And guess what? He's the champ at 170. He made Jack Della Maddalena look like a fucking amateur. And he is now the champion, and I don't know who's gonna fucking beat Islam Makhachev. Just like I don't know who's gonna beat Ilia Topuria, I don't know who's gonna beat Islam Makhachev.
I said we need those. It should have been those two fighting each other.
Had to have been.
That way they would have cooled the fuck off, or they would have expanded their energy on the other and made them mortal.
Yeah, that's like dog. Like if fucking JDM didn't beat Bilal Muhammad, we would have had Ilia Topuria and Makhachev in July of last year instead of Charles Oliveira and Ilia Topuria. Because we know how that one ended. Charles Oliveira was fucking looking up at the lights. So, welterweight is looking fresh right now. I can't even lie. We got a lot of good young talent in here. Islam Makhachev is your champion, so that's a legit champ right there. Islam Makhachev, obviously the most decorated lightweight champion, I believe. I believe he has surpassed Khabib for most title defenses at lightweight. Khabib had 3. I think Islam had 4. So yeah, Islam Makhachev conquered the lightweight division. Now he's wreaking havoc on the welterweight division, and he just made Jack Della Maddalena look like absolute garbage in November at Madison Square Garden last year. So, this being said, what's the rest of the division looking like? Well, don't be so certain. The rest of this division is actually looking pretty fucking good right now, and a lot of fresh faces for Makhachev, and I want to see how it goes. So we have Ian Machado Gary as your number 1 contender right now. That is crazy, first of all. But second of all, it makes sense. Ian Gary is fucking good. How many times have we been telling you guys on this fucking podcast that Ian Gary's good? He's good, So I get it. Like, maybe you don't like him as a personality. That's fine. But you cannot deny his fighting ability. And his fighting ability has not goat, but like excellent written all over it. The dude is pretty well everywhere. We also have Carlos Prates at the number 2 spot. That's a heavy hitter at number 2. Carlos Prates has been really good. His only thorn in his record is fucking Ian Gary. So that's crazy. We also have Michael Morales, who is still one of the remaining undefeated fighters in the UFC right now. Also coming out of the Fighting Nerds. So that's nuts. He's 19-0, and I think he just got a win over Jack Della. If not him, I think it was Prates that got a win over Jack. Michael Morales beat Bilal Muhammad. Nope, Sean Brady. There we go. Which going into our next couple of guys, we have Jack Della Maddalena, former champion. And we also have Bilal Muhammad, former champion. He just signed a new contract with the UFC, so he's not done yet. We also have Sean Brady in here, who's been a little bit on the as of late, a little bit of a slump, but still legit. We have Leon Edwards here, who's I think his last fight he did okay, if I remember correctly. But still, Leon Edwards, former champion, still kind of on the, a little bit, a
There are
bit of a
still
slope.
legends told about him at Strawberry Park.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, if you want to see the loudest reaction that I ever had at a fucking knockout in the UFC, it was that one against the guy that's ranked right underneath him, Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman. There was rumors that he was going to fight Makhachev for a minute because they have the same manager, and they were thinking of like making that like a thing. I'm like, why? Kamaru Usman had his time, like no shade on Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman's cool, but it's like he had his time, and he had one good performance against Joaquin Buckley, a guy who he was overwhelmingly probably favored to win against. You know, so it's like, why did we, why did we do that? Why do we think that Kamaru Usman is gonna fight Islam Makhachev? you know, Dude, like that would have been an excellent fight like 4 years ago. Don't get me wrong, that would have been a great fight 4 years ago. But that time has passed.
Had Usman stayed active, I think it would be a different story. But with the way he,
Only fighting once a year most of the
yeah,
time. Like,
yeah,
I get it, he's older and his body's not as
yeah, but the
healthy.
rest of the division wants to move, and when they want to move, they get more highlights, so there's more attention on them. So you just get
You kind of
dusted to the back.
you kind of fade away a
Yeah.
little bit. Plus, like, there's so many young people, young talent in this division. Like, what are we doing still playing with the old dog? Like, Kamaru Usman already made his statement, guys. He was like a fucking excellent champion. He was active. He fought all the time. He basically carried the fucking pandemic era. So I mean, him and Israel Adesanya basically carried the pandemic era, which I have a special attachment to because that's when I got into the sport. But Kamaru Usman's here, still around. Joaquin Buckley's here as well. The rest of the top 15 is kind of iffy. We have Yaroslav Amosov here, Gabriel Bonfim, who's looking pretty good. Mike Malott, who's like keeps losing. So I mean, we also have Uros Madik. He's on a win streak right now, I think. Michael Page is here. Michael Venom Page is still here. But like, I don't think he's ever gonna be not at the age of fucking 39. Is he gonna make it to the top of this division? Then you have Daniel Rodriguez, who it's just been unfortunate for D Rod as of late. This guy looked so good, and then just you know, it's crazy. But welterweight, there's a lot of fresh faces here. There's a lot of people at the top, in the top 10, that the top 5 especially, that could definitely fight the champ. There's a lot of exciting matchups for Islam Makhachev here. I think the only thing that could prevent welterweight from actually like being really good right now is Makhachev's activity. Honestly, Makhachev doesn't fight a lot. Maybe once, twice a year. And but that if we put that aside real quick, he has a lot of fresh faces that he hasn't gone up against yet. He's in a bigger weight class now with guys that are bigger, than the ones that he was beating up down at lightweight. So it's interesting to see what Islam could do with all these guys, but like not only am I like questioning like Islam's like inactivity, but like how long does Islam truly have left? Like what? How long are we just gonna keep dragging Islam along for? This guy has fucking proved it already. He's 34 years of age and he's still at the top of his game.
Well, if he just stops beating everyone we like,
Then we can have a clearer look. But but Islam Makhachev, it just depends. He could end up retiring early. Like it really the health of this division is relying on Islam Makhachev currently. Like the rest of this division, like one down, it looks excellent. It looks so good. The only variable itself is Islam Makhachev because he's not the most active fighter in the world. And how long is he actually going to stay around for? Plus, if Ilya keeps doing Ilya things and Islam wins his next one, if Islam wins his next one and Ilya wins against not Dustin Poirier, God, please no, Justin Gaethje, then like that could happen. Ilya Taporia could move up to 170 and be like, all right, let's get it. So it's like it's really relying on what Islam Makhachev is going to do, and for those reasons, I have to give this division, despite it looking so great, a B plus.
yeah, this was going to be a B plus for me because honestly, there's a lot of talent here, a lot of talent here. But with the way Islam's running the show as a champion, you don't see a lot of title bouts. Well, the rest of them still put on great performances, and also I would not like to see Ilya and Islam. I don't want Ilya to move up before he's established himself
At
as
lightweight.
well
Yeah.
as he did in both featherweight and as well as Islam did in the first place.
At lightweight. Yeah. So.
So I don't want to see. Yeah, I'll take it.
Mhm.
I don't want to see Ilya move up right away.
Mhm.
Say a year and a half, 2 years, then maybe talk about that. And by then, I don't think we'll see him. Or I don't think we'll see Islam anymore.
Yeah.
I
No.
don't. I don't see him lasting another 2 years.
Mhm.
If only because not because he can't fight, but because his activity and because his fight scheduling. I guess he doesn't like to fight really. The other MMA fighters, they do it when it comes down to it, they do it for a paycheck, right?
Of course.
Not really so much Makachev. He just did it as a disciple of Khabib
Pretty much.
to establish that Khabib's legacy carried on and that he and his disciples would be even better. So you always know that Khabib's fucking disciples are gonna be fucking phenomenal.
Always.
I don't think anyone's gonna argue that. Anyone, if you want to take that argument, I thought not. Same here. And at this point, he's already proven that he's dominant in 3 different fucking weight classes. While that fight would be amazing, I think it would have been better before Islam moved up.
Yeah. But that's not the timeline we got, and that's how it goes. But that being said, I got to give this division a B+ for now. Let's look at middleweight. We already talked a little bit about middleweight. This division's kind of weird right now. It's in a weird spot. Now that Hamza, who looked to be the dominant champion for the next 3 years, 4 years maybe, just lost to Sean Strickland, who's not a spring chicken anymore, but he's also not an old hen yet. So it's like this is kind of weird, and plus everybody below these guys have either fought or have either fought and have no, not even have either. They have fought and lost to either guy. So to be honest, we already mentioned that probably Hamza and Strickland 2 is the way to go with this division. But let's take a look at everything else though. Dracus du Plessis, does he face Hamza again? No. Hamzat already put that to bed. Does he face Strickland again? No. Dracus du Plessis himself already put that to bed. Maybe after another title, maybe after another 1, 2 title defenses from Sean Strickland, does that happen? But you have Nasruddin Imavov. Oh, he's looking good, right? Just knocked out Israel Adesanya. Had a good fight his last time out. Yeah, he's looking good. Well, guess who's already beaten him? Sean Strickland. So, it's like, okay, so you're gonna put him against Hamzat? How do you think that fight's gonna go? you know,
Well,
and
we thought we knew how Strickland and Hansa would go.
true, but if we're to take that out of the equation here, that's like, how do you actually think that fight would go? And then we also have Brendan Allen up here. He's doing okay as of late, but I think he's still maybe a fight removed from a title opportunity. And then you have Kyle Berhalio, which I think he's also a fight removed from the title picture. You have Anthony Hernandez, who was looking really good for a little while, but then Sean Strickland beat him up. And now that Sean Strickland's the champion, he's not going to go back up there for a little bit. He's got maybe at least 3 fights before he gets back up there. You have Joe Pyfer, who just beat Israel Adesanya, which is really good. You beat Israel Adesanya, but a victory over Adesanya, and now Hamza and Sean Strickland at the top of middleweight, that doesn't automatically put you in that picture anymore. Maybe if Hamza had beaten Strickland, yes. If Hamza had beaten Strickland, and then we can start talking about Joe Pyfer going up, and facing the champ, because that Izzy win is still good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think it would have to be Piper and Imavov, the two guys that beat Izzy, and then they'd fight for the title. So, like, there's a lot of people in here that have, like, potential to get out to the title contention, but there's still so many fights removed from it. Either that or they've lost to either the champion or the number one contender before. Rainer de Ritter, Rainer de Ritter was looking good. That win against Robert Whitaker, as controversial as it was, still does mean something. But with these two motherfuckers at the top, you're now 3 fights behind, 4 fights behind, something like that. And then Israel Adesanya, I think Israel Adesanya is just going with the wind at this point. He's just there to make a special appearance every now and again. And we're probably not going to see Israel Adesanya come like 2028, I would say. I don't think we're going to see much more of Izzy. I don't think we're going to see much more of Robert Whitaker either. I think Robert Whitaker had his chance to get back up there after the second Izzy loss, I should say. But he lost that chance when he lost to Drakus. When he lost to Drakus Duplessis, he lost his chance to become the middleweight champion again. So now Robert Whitaker exists in a place where he's just like, okay, I'm just going to keep fighting until I run out of fights on my contract and I just won't renew it. And plus, he's got a family now. He's got 3 kids. So, like, and that's something. Jared Cannonier, I don't know how the fuck this guy's still fighting. I don't know how. I don't know how the fuck this guy's still fighting. He fights like once a year now. He's like 40 years of age, and he's still out here. We have Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez, who is very, very far removed from the title picture right now. Although his run at middleweight is looking a lot better than his run at light heavyweight did. Then you have Christian Leroy Duncan, who's had a couple of wins under his belt, but he's still far removed from the title picture. Same with Roman Dolidze and Paulo Costa and Ikram Aliskerov. So that's the whole top 15. Like, there's so many fights that can be made within like the bottom of this division that could determine what happens at the top. But right now, the top is Strickland and Hamza. There's no other way, and that's kind of fucking over this division, if I'm going to be honest with you. So, for those reasons, I'm probably going to have to give middleweight like a B-, maybe a C+ on this.
I was going to say this is B+, because until there's some clarification on Stricky Hamza, you know that's the next fight that's going to be made.
It has to
Unless you have a stellar knockout, and then you have to go through fucking Hamza.
Yeah.
And who the fuck's doing that?
Besides Sean Strickland.
Other than fucking Islam Makhachev for bullshit reasons.
For bullshit reasons. At 185, of all things. I don't know. Yeah, this division's in a fucking weird spot right now. There's a lot of movement that needs to be done, and it's just not happening. And it's probably not going to happen for a little while, so long as these two are hogged up at the top. So I got to give it like a C+. I think that'll be my final ranking for this division. Like
I'll give it a B- because there are fights. It's just we know number one contender and title right now.
Anyway, before we move into light heavyweight, Mountain Dew came back with Whiteout. Thank you so much, Pepsi, for bringing back Whiteout. I cannot thank you enough for bringing back this lovely soda. I drank it when I was a little boy, and I loved it so much, and it broke my heart when you discontinued it. I went to Walmart to buy another case of it once, and it wasn't there anymore. I asked the worker, "Where's Whiteout?" They're like, "It's discontinued." I'm like, "Oh no." So now it's back after 12 years out of the spotlight. So thank you, Pepsi, for bringing back Whiteout, even if it's only temporary. I got my hands on it, and I'm very happy that you brought it back. So Pepsi, hit us up and keep Whiteout on the fucking shelf.
I was gonna say, if we get that due sponsorship, we might be like the only podcast with Whiteout.
Please keep Whiteout on the shelf. I loved it as a child. Don't take it from me again. But yeah, Whiteout, 10 out of 10. I fucking love this soda, man. All right, let's talk about light heavyweight. That division's fucked again.
Happens.
This division is now fucked. It was in a great spot last time because we had a good champion and we had a lot of contenders. But now that those fights have happened and that champion is gone, this division is fucked again. So, it's the light heavyweight curse, I swear to God. Fuck you, John Jones. Anyway, as it stands right now, Carlos Ulberg is our champion. He did beat Yuri Prohaska pretty decisively. Unfortunately, Carlos Ulberg hurt himself in the fight, and now He's not going to be back for at least another year. Does he vacate? Does an interim championship happen? I don't know. He hasn't vacated yet. So to this point, we're about maybe what 2 months removed from that one now, 3 months removed from
Yeah.
that. So I'm assuming if he didn't already vacate by now, he doesn't plan on vacating. So Carlos Ulberg's your new champion, and that's great. Carlos Ulberg's cool, and he very much deserved that title shot and deserved the win in which he got against Yuri Prohaska. Because if I'm honest, Yuri Prohaska has been spoiled with title shots out the ass almost as much as Cyril Gahn. So, which we'll get
Very
in.
important point. Almost.
Almost. I said almost as much as Cyril Gahn. But Yuri Prohaska has had a lot of title opportunities. He's fought most of his UFC fights to this point have been title fights. And I'm not trying to say that Yuri's bad or anything like that, but the fact of the matter is he just always ends up being in a championship fight. And it's almost as bad as fucking Cyril Gahn. So that in tow ruins my opinion of Yuri Prohaska just a little bit. Plus, on top of that, this guy makes a lot of excuses about why he loses fights. The reason why he said he lost against Ulberg, he said, I lost the fight because I showed mercy. I'm like, motherfucker, you are in a fight. The Samurai Code doesn't necessarily apply when you're in the octagon, you know? So you can go in there and you can finish the fight. You didn't finish the fight. Carlos Ulberg finished you. So go stick one up. Yeah. But no. Excuses. We also have Magomed Ankalaev as your number one contender, currently just by default. But does that mean he should be fighting for a title next? No. He got destroyed by Alex Pereira before Alex Pereira decided to move up.
Not unpopular take. Most things. Mm-hmm. Most people get destroyed by Alex Pereira. Mm-hmm. That's just what he does.
It's just what he does to people. Alex Pereira is still ranked at light heavyweight at number 2 right now, even though he is moving up to heavyweight on the UFC White House card. He's facing Cyril Gahn for an interim championship.
Cyril Gahn's got an interim championship?
I would have never guessed.
Is this continuing like every year he gets one? Like
pretty much. Pretty much. I think you have Yuri Prohaska at 3, but he's not going to be fighting for anything anytime soon because he just lost, you know? So he's got to build back up again. You have Jan Blachowicz, who's still kind of chilling, you know, but Jan Blachowicz don't fight as much as he used to. He's older now. He's like 42. So it's like, he's not going to fight that much. Maybe you get a rematch between Yuri Prohaska and... Actually, maybe it's not a rematch. I don't think Yuri Prohaska and Jan Blachowicz ever fought. That might be the fight to make right now. But, that being said, you have Khalil Roundtree at number 5, but he's still at least 3 fights removed from the championship picture right now. Jamal Hill, who's just a joke. So, he's like 5 fights removed from the title right now. I swear to God.
He shows up on occasion.
He shows up on occasion. Yeah, Paulo Costa, who legitimately could. I mean, he did just move up, and he did do well, and he got ranked. And he's coming off a win. He could end up just kind of working his way in there just because he hasn't fought in this division before. So, then just like that, we could have a Paulo Costa title match again at a different weight class. Paulo Costa does look a lot more comfortable at 205. I will tell you that. Azamat Murzakanov is here, and he's doing really good. Volkan Oezdemir is always dangerous. Yeah, Bogdan Guskov, who's just been ranked for I don't even know how fucking long. This guy's just always there. And then we have Dominic Reyes, who had a bit of a career resurgence until he ran to Ulberg. I think his last fight he ended up winning, if I remember correctly. But Alexander Rakic, he has a fight confirmed. I forget who he's facing next, but he does have a fight confirmed right now in a couple of weeks. Nikita Krylov is here. Krylov is always ever dangerous, but he's still a lot of fights removed from that title right now. Johnny Walker is just Johnny Walker.
You're just Johnny Walker, thanks.
And that's where we're gonna leave it. And then we have Alonzo Menefield, who's been looking pretty good as of late. So that's the top 15 right now, and it's weird because we're in such an unpredictable spot right now. This division's fucked again. There's no clear matchups right now. There isn't. Because, like, nothing makes sense. This division has to move a little bit. But nobody within the top-ranked people besides maybe Rakic has any fights confirmed right now. Like, it's just Rakic that has something confirmed currently. Yuri doesn't got nothing. Magomed doesn't got nothing. Jan Blachowicz doesn't got nothing yet, although I think Yuri Prohaska and Jan Blachowicz would be a good fight. That would be a good one if you can make that happen. Khalil Roundtree's still here. He doesn't have a direction. Maybe you can put him against Prohaska. But, like, there's a ton of fights that you can make, but there's no clear fight to make right now at this division. There just isn't. And I don't know. That might have to earn this division a C. If I'm honest with you,
Honestly, I'd say low. I'd say C minus.
C minus. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you.
It's just, it's it's annoying because we had an order.
We did.
We had paths to the championship. It was enjoyable to watch the story take place. Now
It's done.
it's kind of like that splat paint where they just throw all the colors on the canvas, just
This is like splatter it.
and that's what that's what they got to work with. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's just such a weird position. Plus, your champion being injured, and a bad injury too. That was a knee injury. That was like an ACL tear. That's at least a year. You know, at least a year before you can even start training again. So if we're going to have any kind of movement in this division, obviously we have Rakic. But if you're going to have any movement at like the top of this division now, it has to be an interim championship at this rate because I'm assuming that Holberg's not going to vacate, and I can't blame you. You won that title, and you won it fairly, and you won it decisively. You fucking knocked Yuri Prohaska out. Like, you earned that shit. You know? Like, so I can't blame you for not wanting to concede and be like, all right, I'm just going to leave this title out here. No, stay back and get yourself better. But in tow with you doing that, you've held up this division a lot, Olberg. So, and I know you know that, but there's a lot of fights at the top right now that you can make and all of them will be fresh matchups once it's said and done, though. Nothing is said and done, nothing is set in stone yet. So, because of those reasons, this division just is in a state of purgatory right now. It's just weird because your champion is injured. Your top contenders aren't fit to fight yet. And within your top contenders, you're probably going to have to make an interim championship fight. And if you're going to make an interim championship fight, that still leaves this division in shambles because you have an interim champ that needs to fight the champ. I don't think you should be defending interim belts, even though John Jones made you fucking do that, Tom Aspinall. I'm so sorry, but I think if you're an interim champ, you should just wait for the champion. You know, and like that's rule of thumb, right? At least it should be, unless you're John Jones and have unlimited Dana White
I'm just trying
privilege.
to think of how that works. You got champ, interim champ, runner-up champ.
Like, bro, it's so crazy. But light heavyweight is in shambles right now. Again, this poor division can never hold order for too long. And it's because John Jones fucked it when he was in his prime. So when he left the division, then it got blown wide open again. And then when it got blown wide open again, all your champions got injured. And then they had to vacate. There was like a spell for like 2 years, 3 years in this division where it was like, new champion, oh, vacate, you know? New champion, vacate, new champion, vacate. Like, and you just didn't have anybody leading until Alex Pereira came along, 2023, right at the end of it, knocked out Yuri
Belt
Prohaska,
to ass.
put belt to ass on this entire division. Besides that one loss to Magomed Ankalaev, which he avenged later on that year. So I mean, it's like, and then now, unfortunately, but also fortunately for if you're Alex Pereira, he's gone now. He vacated the title, and now he's moving to heavyweight, and it looks like he's gonna stay at heavyweight. You know, unless the Cyril Gahn fight doesn't go very well. But even then, I think he's just gonna stay here. You know,
This just made me think of something. So we like talking about the champions and whatnot, obviously. So I think, uh, I don't think it'll be a hot take, but leave your comments below. As far as champions go, for UFC right now, I'm gonna have to say Islam.
Yeah.
Then say Pereira,
Mm.
and then I'm gonna say Ilya.
Yeah.
Because Islam, he beat Volk,
He did beat Volk.
knocked the fucker out,
Knocked him right out. Head kick in round one.
and that gave him the lower division, and then the 2 he's got right now. So he's got 3 on him.
Mhm.
Pereira, he beat Izzy. He
Mhm.
ran light heavyweight, and depending on how the White House goes, but I can say he'll be in the championship fight for another weight class.
Oh, for sure, and that's always an accomplishment.
That's a third championship fight,
Yeah,
a third weight class, and then Ilya, who just
Ilya.
he just beats our guys.
Ilya, you're just Ilya.
He
So
just beats our guy
every time, and his swagger and confidence is like intoxicating. I'm like, he walks in there as if he already won the fight, and the fight hasn't even fucking happened yet. Like when he faced Charles Oliveira, I'm never gonna forget it. When he faced Charles, no, not even when he faced Max.
Yeah,
That was
Max
the big
was
one.
the
That was the big one. Dude, we were so convinced. We were so convinced that Holloway was going to beat Taporia, and Holloway looked good against Taporia. The best that anybody's looked against Taporia was Max Holloway, you know? And then when I saw Ilya walk out, looking like he already fucking won the fight, I was like, oh, man. I don't know, man. Oh, this fucking guy, man. I swear to God, Ilya's insane. And I mean, plus, he's a two-weight division champion now, feather and lightweight. And he has a path to the 170 belt if Islam decides to face him. Islam has 2 belts, too. He's 155 and 170. So, and then, obviously, Alex Burr is 185 and 205. Now he's fighting for 265. So, crazy shit. Speaking of 265, you want to get into heavyweight?
might as well.
Let's do it. Heavyweight is a disaster. But not as bad of a disaster as it was last time. Because we were still dealing with John Jones and all that shit. Now it's not as much of a disaster, but it's still a disaster. Here we go. So Tom Aspinall is your current undisputed champion. He has not vacated, and I can't blame him for not vacating it. I would probably want to hold on to my belt too if I was Tom Aspinall in his scenario. You won the interim belt. You defended the interim belt. You waited patiently for John Jones to fight you. John Jones said, nah, fuck you, I retire. And then you became the champion. Now you finally got the undisputed belt. And then you get your eye poked by Cyril Gahn in the first fucking round of the fight. And you fucked up your cornea. So, I
It's
can't.
okay. I know the solution for this. Let's give Gon another title shot.
Exactly. That's exactly what the UFC said. UFC said, all right, Tom Aspinall is out. Who are we going to have fight for the interim heavyweight championship?
No, they were like, who are we going to have fight Gon for the champion?
Yeah, pretty much. So, Cyril Gahn did look really good going into that fight. He looked great. He was beating Tom Aspinall prior to the eye poke. This was the most we've seen Tom Aspinall in trouble in his entire UFC career, I would say. So that looked to be a really good fight, and on paper, it was a really good fight. And then eye poke happen, accidents happen, and sometimes your accidents are really fucking bad. And then you're on the shelf for the next fucking 8 months.
This definitely doesn't come out as Gon going, all right, I can't beat you regularly. You're a fuck your eye. Damn, that sucks. Wait, I lost anyway? What the fuck?
What the fuck? Well, it was ruled a no contest because it was accidental. So
Did he get the belt?
No.
He lost anyway.
champ's advantage. So no contest or draw will go back to the champion. So Tom Aspinall, I don't know what his health is right now with his eye. Cyril Gahn is now fighting for a championship again.
Let's hope he doesn't poke this guy's eye out.
Hopefully he doesn't poke this guy's eye out. And he will be facing Alex Pereira and advancing Alex Pereira on the White House lawn, co-main event. So that's going to be a good fight on paper. We're going to see how good old Alex Pereira's power is going to transfer over into the heavyweight division. Because it existed at middleweight. It existed at light heavyweight. Can it exist at heavyweight? Well, we'll see. So that fight is confirmed. Interim championship, June 14th at White House. Cyril Gahn, Alex Pereira, interim championship on the line. And number 2 ranked is Alexander Volkov, who's coming off of a win currently. We also have Sergey Pavlovich, who's fighting this weekend. He's still in that upper echelon of heavyweight, which is good
You
to
think
see.
any of the heavyweights are pissed that Pereira's got the title shot?
Oh, they're definitely pissed that Pereira got the title shot. But unfortunately, Pereira was ready to move up. He ran circles around his last fucking division and beat the one guy that beat him. And he was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna move up." And he makes the UFC a fuck ton of money. So that's what's gonna happen. You know. So do I think Alexander Volkov, Sergey Pavlovich are fucking heated that Alex Pereira got a title shot before them? Yes, definitely. And yeah, because they should have been fighting Cyril Gane at this rate, you know, or they should have been fighting each other. And Cyril Gane, go fuck yourself. You already had your chance. You already had your turn. You've had too many turns.
It's okay, now he's got 2 more eyes that he can freshly poke. I mean,
I mean,
another championship bout.
what? So anyway, we have Alexander Volkov who's coming off a victory. Sergey Pavlovich is fighting this weekend. I don't know who he's fighting. I forget. I forget right now, but he is fighting this weekend. We have Waldo Cortez Acosta who just beat Derek Lewis, and I think he beat somebody else too, didn't he? Or was it just was it just Derek Lewis? I think it was just Derek Lewis. Did he fight again since Derek Lewis? Hold on. Ah,
I don't think he did.
I don't think so either. Waldo Cortez Acosta, Dominican. Why the fuck do they have a picture of Alistair Overeem as his fucking profile picture? Okay, yeah, he lost on May 9th to Alexander Volkov. I remember now. I remember now. And I remember it not looking like he won either, you know? But Alexander Volkov won. Cortez Acosta did get stopped in his tracks, therefore Alexander Volkov does move into the number 2 spot. If Pavlovich wins this weekend, I would say you put Volkov and Pavlovich together. See how that goes. And then once Pereira and Cyril Gane fight, we're gonna see who wins that matchup. And then we gotta figure out where the fuck Tom Aspinall's at, Because I don't know what the fuck's going on with Tom Aspinall right now. I don't know what his health is. We have Josh Hockett, who's been making some. I fucking hate Josh Hockett, but he's been making some waves at heavyweight. He had a good fight with Curtis Blades, and I think he was supposed to fight on the White House card, but because he was being a little bitch, I think they took him off of the White House card because he wasn't being good. Um, it's like talking about Ilya's wife and shit. So, obviously when that happens, I remember that fucking Josh Hockett was talking shit on Ilya Taporia. Um, and Ilya Taporia stood right up and fucking he was fearless. This dude was ready to go and fight a fucking heavyweight. This is
Hey, I might still have Ilya.
It's just like me too. If I'm honest, that dude just has the fucking touch of death. If I'm honest with you, but Josh Hockett, man, he has been making some waves by all his shit talk. Okay, he is still on the White House card. He is set to face Derek Lewis. I thought Dana took him off of it because he was being a bitch to Ilya Taporia, but it looks like that's not what happened because he's still on here in a fucking good spot on the main card too. He's the 4th fight on the main card, so that's pretty good. And who else do we have in this division? We have Sergey Spivak, which I don't know where the hell that guy's at. If I'm honest with you. We have Curtis Blades, who just lost to Hockett. And then we have Derek Lewis, who just lost to Cortez Acosta. Marcin Tybura, who's just surviving by a thread right now. Shamil Gaziev, who's from Team Khabib, but he's just kind of there. He's not really doing much right now, but he is from Team Khabib, so be careful. He could be an issue later on. We also have Taliesin Teixeira out here. So, this division is a little bit wonky right now, but there's clear paths. There are clear paths, and there is a path to clarity for these fighters. So, for those reasons, I'll have to give this a B minus. I think it'd be a solid grade for the heavyweight division right now, since it is a little bit fucked. Currently, we do have an interim championship fight. We have a new guy coming up, but there's a lot of fights that can still happen. There's a lot of clarity right now. There's a path.
I'm going to give this a B plus, and the only reason I can't really put it in that A category is because of the situation with the champion being out due to injury and whatnot. Obviously, it's not his fault, and I can't fault the guy on it. But there's clear movement here. We've got challengers, so it's looking like a healthy machine.
Yeah, we got pathways. We got pathways.
Also, John Jones gone.
Anyway, John Jones, man. But I think that's every division that we've gone over, guys. So just to reiterate, I think women's strawweight got a fucking C from me because I don't know what's going on in that division. Women's flyweight got a solid. I think I gave it a B plus currently. Women's bantamweight gets a D for dead. Men's flyweight gets what would we give that one a B? Flyweight, van, all them, or did we give that an A? I think we gave that an A.
minus.
Yeah, we gave that an A minus. Bantamweight A plus division right now, looking great. Featherweight's getting a A minus, B plus around there.
I don't want to see Volkanovski go down.
Me neither, but unfortunately, this is the nature of
Picturing
time.
the hyenas jumping here.
Lightweight got an A from me, because it's looking good right now. Welterweight got a B plus just because Makachev, and where he's gonna actually go. Middleweight got a C minus currently because it's so hogged at the top, and there's not a lot of people that are clearly coming up next. Light heavyweight also got a C minus because that's not looking good right now. It's fucked currently, and then heavyweight got a B plus. So those are your rankings for the divisions right now.
And tomorrow we have fights, but they're from fucking, where is this?
They're in China.
Is it Shanghai or?
It's somewhere else in China, but
it's in China, so it's at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, 4 a.m. for the prelims, 7 a.m. for the main card. So, I mean, if you guys are down to stay up, be my guest. But I'm going to choose sleep. So, I'm going to choose sleep and watch it at night.
Yep.
And avoid social media at all costs. And that's just how it's going to go for tomorrow night. But that's their state of the weights as of May 29th, 2026. Hopefully, we'll be back by like August, maybe September. Once we see some more movement. But that's how it's looking right now, guys. I don't got anything else to you.
Thank you for the whiteout.
Thank you for the whiteout, Pepsi. Y'all have a good night now. We'll see you next week, maybe.